Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 04.11.2025. Current time is 0604 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside on this Friday. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Morning and glad to be here, folks, and hope everybody is doing well as we get a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD with the morning coffee here, which I do have. And my name is Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich over there on X, as far as that goes. And I'm trying to bring up my Rumble Studios. Is there an update? Let me check to see if there's an update. I can't bring it up here on the phone. I'm not sure what's going on here as far as that goes. So you haven't said. I don't want to set up that. What's going on here? Use password. Use biometric. What the hell is this? Okay, there we go. Let's see. Let's check for updates as far as that goes on the fly here. Manage. Let's see updates. Oh, there's 11 updates. Is Rumble one of them? No, but I do have a bunch of updates here. What's going on? We'll have to update them later here. Let's try and get back on the Rumble on the phone. For Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich over there on X, which is access denied. You need to authorize to perform the action. What is that? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just put it on the Rumble Studio app. So at least we have a visual of the Rumble platform. Let's see, live chat. We got the live chat, and there's Tony's on the broadcast. He's on the Rumble here. Okay, and there. Let me bring up my. Oh, there he is. Salute to you. Hashtag positive start to today. Tony says good morning.
Good morning,
everybody. The missus says good morning to everybody. So there's Tony. He's on the YouTube. And as far as that goes, and I'm glad to have you here. And we also have, we got Tina coming in on the Twitch side as far as that goes. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Tina. Tony coming in saying hello to Tina on the Twitch. And he's doing the salute to you, Tony. Tony D, brother veteran, good friend, fellow broadcaster. And he's doing a salute on there. And Tina saying good morning to Tony on the Twitch side. And a good morning from Tina to the missus also. And Tony is just laughing. He's just, I wouldn't be, you know what? Ooh, I forgot. I got to start. Okay, we started the Facebook. So the Facebook is live. Okay, the Facebook is live at this time. I'm always forgetting the Facebook as far as tailing. I get sidetracked as far as that goes. So I did see you. I saw something popped up. Your favorite that I missed. I'm going live on Facebook. That was a hot link that I sort of took that off there, Tony. So thank you for the like on that there. As far as that goes, we're live on the Facebook too. But Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich, getting a good start to the end of the week. I hope everybody had a good weekend or a good weekday or a good week as far as this goes. We made it to the weekend, so we get to play on the weekend here and enjoy as far as that goes. For those working stiffs that are out there, you just got to get through today and you can start your weekend, or else just take the day off and start the weekend. But we are here, and skip that. We don't need that. I have it on the Rumble up here as well. and we're firing on all cylinders. And I'm just curious, what does this broadcast at? Let's see. Is it 720? Yeah, 720p from source. Okay. So it just that when I'm in this configuration, Rumble Studios, the highest I can get is 720p, even though I have my settings at 1080p. And for the gaming, Lord of the Rings Online, which I will be doing this weekend, Lord of the Rings Online gameplay. Um, well, who's that? Are you chasing Dora? Or is that Jack? Oh, that's Dora. Okay, Dora's chasing Bug. Okay, Bug's getting changed for. Um, I skipped that. But we'll be gaming this weekend. Not sure when. Might be gaming tonight, as far as that goes, after my chess game. And hopefully I can win because, let's see. Let me see. What do I have for. What pieces am I playing? Okay, I'll be April 4th. April 4th was last week. I lost. Okay, so I'm playing black tonight. Yeah, I lost my queen last week, so that's I've lost two in a row. So I got to win tonight. I got to concentrate and win tonight on a chess game. Lost queen. I forgot to update. I was so yeah. I've had the last two games I've lost. They were because of blunders. There were stupid mistakes that I shouldn't. I wasn't paying attention, and even my opponent says I can play better than that. He was got if we were playing at his. We usually we started last summer as far as playing chess every Friday night. And I would go down to his house down the road here by the golf course. It's like a 2-minute walk there, less than that. And we'd sit on his gazebo out in his backyard and it looked out on the golf course there, the back nine. That's where we usually, me and the missus, do the walking. And if I did a blunder, he'd give it back. Once in a while, I said, no, let's play it. And if I screwed up that bad, we'd play another game. But this is online through chess.com. And the last two games, especially this last one, was a total disaster. I lost my queen. I said, "Oh, I can still recover." And then, like 2 moves later, I lose my rook, and it's like, "What the f?" I resigned. You can't continue. There's no sense in continuing the game when you know it's. And I know the caliber of play. My neighbor, he is a good player. Hey, Captain Rehab. Good morning, Captain Rehab. Coming in from the the city of brotherly love, and glad to have you here, my friend. And Captain Rehab said, "No, I well, when it's obvious in chess, it's obvious. Okay, you lose your queen, and you know your opponents. You might as well say, 'I resign.' That's part of chess. I don't want to prolong the agony. Um, no, I'm not going to do that. No, that's Captain Rehab with the off the wall comments there." Um, but we'll find out tonight. I'm up. I can hold my own in chess, and um, let's see if you know the rankings. And Tina's saying good morning to Captain Rehab, who's laughing his ass off there because of his last comment, I guess. And stuff. It's violence never helps anything, Captain Rehab. Don't you know that by now? And no, I'm not a snooker player. No, I'm not a good. No, I don't play that snooker or pool. But chess, I am a good player. I'm probably on the rating. You got the 1,000, 2,000 rating. 2,000, you're up there in a grandmaster. I'm probably right around a 600 to 700 point player, so I'm fairly decent. And as far as that goes, and Tony saying good morning to Captain Rehab, and Captain Rehab gives him a comment back on saying Tony, good morning, Tony. I'll just leave it at that, Captain Rehab. See, I have both of you here. I need to get what is it? Your picks here, guys. Captain Rehab. I saw the comment right after I only stayed on for 30 minutes last night. And hey, Laura, good morning. Tony saying good morning to Laura as well. Good morning, Laura, coming in for Norway. Tony, and let me get Tony and Captain Rehab, listen carefully. Here is the lineups of play. You have the Renegades against the Stallion, Birmingham, for the tonight's game. The Renegades against the Stallions. This tomorrow's night games is the Roughnecks and Showboats, and the Sunday game is Birmingham against Michigan, or no, San Antonio against Michigan, and then Defenders against the Battlehawks. That would be DC and St. Louis. Make your picks, please. I need some picks for you guys. Okay, you weren't on last night. I'm catching you here now, so I can keep. We're into week 3. First game, Renegades and Stallions. Second game, Roughnecks and Showboats. Third game is San Antonio and Michigan. Fourth game, give me your picks and I'll tell you the leads, okay? I'm not going to tell you the lead. I want your picks first. That's important. I can always tell you who's leading, okay? Fourth game is DC Defenders and Battlehawks. I need your picks. If I don't get any picks from you, Captain Rehab, I'm not going to say who's in the lead, and you're going to have to find out next week on Let's Talk Football. Okay? That's my carrot. I'm dangling my carrot. First game, Arlington and Birmingham. Second game, Roughnecks, which is Houston and Nashville. And third game is San Antonio and Michigan. Fourth game, DC and St. Louis. I better stay out of it. Oh no, that's all right, Lou. They do picks on. We got UFL football, and usually I get the picks last night, but Tony and was busy. He didn't come on last night, so I can usually catch him the next morning here. Actually, I'm going to start. You guys come in on the Monday and Wednesday shows. I'm going to start getting your picks then. Okay, Captain Rehab, you have Birmingham, Houston, Michigan, St. Louis. Those are good picks. Tony, are you going to pick? First game is the Arlington against Birmingham. Second game is Houston against Nashville, the Showboats. Memphis, or no, it's Memphis. It's not Nashville. It's Memphis. It's Houston against Memphis. Third game is San Antonio and Michigan, and fourth game is Defenders and Battlehawks. And to answer your question, Captain Rehab, before we get into the weather, after 2 weeks, where the hell is it? Oh, right here. After 2 weeks, there's a tie. I come in with 5 wins and 3 losses. Both you and Tony are tied at 6-2. 6 wins, 2 losses. Tony won the first week at 3-1. Captain Rehab, you went 4 for 4 wins, 0 losses, and Tony went 3 for 1. So you caught up with Tony. You and Tony are tied. That's where we sit at the standings. Okay, Tony is going with. Let's see. Tony's going with Birmingham, Memphis, and Michigan, and St. Louis. So between Captain Rehab and Tony, the difference between those two are Memphis and Houston. Who did I pick? Let me see. Let me bring up my listing here. We got a little extension of Let's Talk Football this morning on the Monday morning or the Friday morning coffee. Let's see. Just so you know, my picks for this week. We can bring it up here. My picks for this week are. I'm picking Arlington, Memphis, Michigan, and Arlington. Yeah, Arlington, Memphis, Michigan, and St. Louis. So let's see. Captain Rehab says Tony's wrong. Captain Tony says the Captain Rehab. I predict the champ last season. You did. Captain Rehab says Memphis is my team, and they ain't winning. They might. I picked them this week. I think there's going to be an upset there. They're at home, and then Tony says Birmingham is mine, but Michigan may get it. No, Battlehawks, Tony. They're going to win it overall. Oh my, Rich. I've made his picks after a few drinks. Rich must have made his pick. Oh, you don't like my picks? Let's see. What's the difference? I'm looking my ups. I'm looking for an upset. Arlington, and that's where I get back into the game. I picked Memphis. Tony picked Memphis. Second game, we both have Michigan. So I could pick up. It'll be interesting. It's close. There's only four. There's only four, you can only pick four winners. So, thank you for your picks. I appreciate it, and we'll continue it. I think that's gonna. It's good to have a little competition there, as far as that goes um, on the gameplay there. Let's see. So appreciate that both to Captain Rehab and Tony for your picks. I got to make sure I got those picks here. Oh, I got them in the chat, so I'm good to go. Okay, so we did have our broadcast last night, and we'll talk about the football in the sports section here. But we're getting our day started here this morning, and I'm glad to have you all here. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it's 39 degrees Fahrenheit. We're a little bit warmer than we have been the last couple of days, and that equates to 3.8 degrees Celsius. So we are a bit warmer. And as far as that goes, and what's that? Captain Rehab's putting up the alligators, whatever that means. Oh, Florida State. Florida State. Yeah. He's probably pertaining to Florida State. And as far as winning the NCAA. But we're currently here. We have showers early. I don't know. The sun's starting to pop up. It's cloudy out there. It was a little wet and dreary yesterday, but showers early, then clouds in the afternoon. High of 49 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to be good. Winds out of the southeast by 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's average. And chance of rain is only 40%. Sun will be rising this morning at 6:32 a.m. and that's in 10 minutes because it's currently 6:22. So in 10 minutes, the sun will be rising here in the southern tier of upstate New York at 6:32 a.m. and will be setting at 7:42 a.m. Our world times and temperatures starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:22 a.m. currently. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:22 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona, it's clear skies, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, the windy city of Illinois, at 5:22 a.m. currently. Clear skies there as well, 37 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the jungle, as I call it, 6:23 at 6:23 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. In New York City, though, it is raining and 43 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, Tony comes in at the beginning, let me know that it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, which is just south of Macon, Georgia, and going to have a high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit, low of 53, partly cloudy there. And Tina, did you give me your jersey? No, I don't see. Oh, Captain Rehab said that's at SEC. Okay. Oh, there's Tina. Tina's weather in Central New Jersey, 47 degrees, 47 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 39 degrees, raining in New Jersey. And Laura, we're going to go across the pond to Norway first, where Laura's at. And in Norway, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit there in Norway and cloudy. Thank you, Laura. And across the pond as well, and Laura's across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean. We moved down to Cork, Ireland. In Cork, Ireland, it is at 11:24 a.m. Sunny and clear, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, Mangia, 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 12:24 a.m. or 12:24 p.m. It's lunchtime in Milan. Sunny and clear, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur at 6:25 p.m. Yeah, 6:25 p.m. Because they're 12 hours ahead in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Sunny and clear, 84 degrees Fahrenheit in Tokyo, Japan at 7:25 p.m. in their evening. It is raining in Tokyo, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Down under on the great continent of Australia and great country at 8:25 p.m. in their evening in Melbourne. Clear skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Sydney, Australia at 8:25 p.m. Clear skies also in Sydney, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures. And Australia is always a good friend of the United States. I always like saying that too. So those are world times and temperatures as I speak. And Captain Rehab, he's clowning around there as far as that. And Tina is saying hi to Laura from Twitch on Twitch, and Laura is saying hey back to Tina. As far as that goes, just want to mention because it said in New Jersey, there in Jersey City, they had you're probably all aware of the aircraft incident. In this particular aircraft, it was a helicopter that crashed on the Jersey side across from Manhattan in Jersey City, and I'm sort of familiar with the area because I've been to Jersey City a couple of times. I think I told you a story. I went down there with a friend of mine when I was up at Hanscom Field, and it was a pretty good experience. But it was on the Jersey City side, but it's all part of the New York Metropolitan. The helicopter, there's a video out there of it dropping. And basically, from what I've seen of it and all that, it's going to come down to, this is just my take as far as what I've seen and the way the aircraft came down. I've seen a couple of helicopter crashes in my time. And it probably was a mechanical. It's going to come back to maintenance. This company that runs this particular tourist helicopter business, they've had a crash like this before. So it's going to probably end up, and just the way the aircraft has fallen, the whole back rotor end was taken off, and basically there's a long rod that goes back to the back prop. There's a gearbox back there, and I've talked to, let's just say the last helicopter crash incident I was aware of several years back. I talked to a helicopter, and the cause was the junction box, the gearbox. It turns that so I'm almost putting money on it that it's gonna. And this is nothing conclusive yet. It could be something else. Because you never know. But from everything I've seen, it basically looks like it was a catastrophic incident in the gearbox that caused the back end of the aircraft to break away. Some people say, well, it might be a bird strike or something. No, I've seen my bird strikes would not take off the back end. It has to be something very, very catastrophic. And a gearbox malfunction can cause that. It could rip the whole back end of the helicopter off, because I've seen incidents where that has happened. So we'll see what happens. The sad part, the tragedy part of it, not sad, that it's worse than that, it's tragic. 6 people were killed. A few of those individuals were children. And so just say God bless and Godspeed, I guess, at this point, and see what happens. I saw that film, and it's we live in an age where you can see the actual crash. I'm like, whoa. my jaw just like, wow, that's whoever took that photo. That right there is going to give the investigators a lot of. But the company that runs this particular helicopter, they've had an incident before, from what I've been seeing in the recent news here as far as that goes, and which is always a tall tale sign that they may be a little sloppy in their maintenance, because Tony D knows as well as I do that maintenance on any type of aircraft is paramount, because that's the first line of safety for the aircraft, to make sure that everything's working right, and as far as that goes. But that's just my take. It was sort of a shocking thing yesterday, because I was right in the. I think I was just getting ready to play PUBG Battlegrounds, and that came over my computer here, and I was telling my friend that I play PUBG Battlegrounds, Wingnut, who's over in Scotland, and that was just an early take of it's like, what's happened? It's just, but the way the configuration of the aircraft was after whatever happened to it. It wasn't going to be a miracle on the Hudson. It was a tragedy on the Hudson, especially when you have children involved. So just to recognize that particular news article, the news that happened yesterday, that was a little shocking. So okay, let's see. Our thought for the day comes from. Oh, I didn't even put the. Let's go. I forgot to put the name here. I post this up on the all those fine social media platforms that I'm on. And let's see. It's from a gentleman named Les Brown, and I think we may have had. I've heard that. I think we may have had Les Brown on comments or quotes from him before. And Les Brown, to give you the bio, he's a motivated speaker and former Ohio State representative. And Les Calvin Brown is an American politician and motivational speaker. He was a member of the Ohio House of Representatives from 1977 to 1981, and he's 80 years old. God bless him. God bless him. He's 88 or 80 years old, and his quote and our thought for the day goes as follows: too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. And that's not good. You need to be stronger than your fears. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. You need to get outside your fears, because basically, what Les Brown is his meaning in this quote is he highlights that many people are holding themselves back for pursuing their aspirations due to the constrictions and anxieties and worries. It suggests that fear, rather than ambition, dictates their choices. And you shouldn't let fear dictate your choices. It should be your ambitions, and prevents you from reaching your full potential. So overcome your fears. I know it's easier said than done, okay? And and I've seen that in my lifetime. I could say that until the cows come running home. Did I say cow? The cows are coming running home. um, so Laura's saying, "Hey, I had to do that." But no, don't let your fears overcome your ambitions and stuff like that. So too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. We're focusing more on our fears than what our ambitions are. So thank you, Les Brown, and God bless. God bless you, sir. 80 years old. That's great. I like it when we have a quote from somebody and they're still kicking. Let's see. Our national day for today is. I just had to do the moo thing. It just seemed like I got it right here. It's like, let's see. We have National Living Donor Day. Okay, if you can donate. National Donate Blue and Green Day. I have no idea what that is, and I don't want it. It says green. I don't want to know. Let's see. National Day of Silence. No, we should never be silent. Cheese Fondue Day. Eh, I'm going to go with this one, and it was part of a Beatles song that I really enjoyed. I always enjoy listening to, and today is hashtag National Submarine Day. Okay, the yellow submarine. National Submarine Day on April 11th honors the day the United States Navy acquired the first modern commissioned submarine. On April 11th, 1900, the Holland 6 became the Navy's first submarine. Designed by an Irish American inventor, John Philip Holland, in 1896, he launched the Holland 6 on May 17th, 1897, at Navy Lieutenant Lewis Nixon Crescent Shipyard. That's a long name. In Elizabeth, New Jersey. The United States Navy later purchased the Holland 6 on April 11th, 1900, as the military's first commissioned submarine. The Navy renamed it the USS Holland, SS-1. And Tina says, I was thinking Italian subs. No, this is the actual submarine. That's a good one, Tina. You were thinking food. It's not always about food. Now, if we would have went with the fondue, that's food. No, this because they got a picture. It's a yellow submarine. I thought, but it's about the first U.S. Navy submarine. Um, Appearance from the NFL Wednesday cow. Yeah. Well, I use that at the end of my that to give you the background on that, Tina. The moo cow. I use that at the end of my audio podcasts. When I started using it over there. I'm bringing it over here on the. It's just one of those sound effects I can use. I don't really do the sound effects, but I like that one. We have cows here in New York State, so that's why I say that it's a dairy. New York State is a dairy farm or a dairy state. You know, we make as much milk, not as much as Minnesota and Wisconsin, but we do make our share of of um, of milk or produce milk as far as that goes. So, but yeah, we're gonna go with submarine. I like that. It honored the first U.S. Navy submarine, USS Holland, and that could be a Jeopardy question. What is the USS Holland, first U.S. Navy submarine? So there's our. I'm not much into fondue though. I don't think I've ever had. I may have had it once, and as far as that goes. And let's see. We did have the audio podcast, which I used that sound effect because I don't want to say it because I don't want to overkill it. If I say the name, I gotta do the sound. And you say, what sound? Oh, that sound moo cow. Okay. But yesterday we did have the audio, the Fireman Rich audio podcast, and which is a scaled down version of this as far as the weather, the thought for the day, the national day. We're having the coffee, and then I always present a good story, and this story comes from overseas there from a village called Sherrington, that's in Norfolk, UK. And what they're talking about is a British telecom phone. You know those red telephone boxes. They're coming because everybody has a cell phone, so you don't need to go on. But those are iconic for the UK. And in this particular village, BT British Telephone was they put a notice saying they're going to remove it because it wasn't getting used that much. So the people in the village, they didn't want to lose it. So they ended up everybody making this one particular, they I don't know, they probably had a couple hundred people. They kept on making phone calls, and it reached to the number where they could keep the phone there because and you're saying, well, everybody has a cell phone. Well, yeah, but in this particular village, the cell phone coverage is spotty. And yeah, the Doctor Who boxes. Yes, exactly, Tina. They're the Doctor Who boxes. And we talked about that yesterday on the auto podcast. And I thought it was a pretty good, it was an interesting story because usually most of the stories I talk about on the audio podcasts, they're about outer space, and I like space. But this, yeah, that's what I said in the audio podcast. It's the same as a Doctor Who uh, telephone booth. They're iconic, and and you still have to put coin is because I was talking to my good friend Wingnut, who is I play PUBG Battlegrounds with yesterday. He's there in Scotland, which is part of the UK, and he was saying, yeah, you got to use coins still to operate that. So that's pretty neat. I'd love to see one of those. It's just an iconic picture there for um, um, for the UK. Okay, let's see what we have here. We got total 11 people on the Rumble Studios. We got 5 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 1 person on the 5 people on the Twitch, 1 person on YouTube, and on X Live. What do we have over on X Live? We have a total of. Let's refresh that, and it looks like we have a total of 4 people over on X Live, and over on the Facebook. I see Tony made a comment. I like the comment, so we got a comment, 1 comment action, but nobody. I always get like maybe 5 to 10 people afterwards. I see on the replays there. So it's people over there on the Fireman Rich, the real Fireman Rich Facebook page. So that's what we're sitting at as far as, and I appreciate the views there, folks. Always have to recognize the viewership because you're spending a little bit of your time with me. And we have a commercial coming up in 1.5 minutes there, Tina, just to give you a heads up. And I sad to say we don't have 100 years ago. Well, let me double check because I checked just before coming on and they didn't have. Let's see, did they post one? No, the last one they have is April 7th, which is Monday. So they did not have one for Wednesday. So I'm going to have to read the history here, and let's see. Let's see. What's the history? The history. Starting off in our history, 63 years ago today, Bob Dylan played his first gig in New York City at Gerald's Forks City, opening for John Lee Hooker in 1961. Um, the Beatles, back in 1964, set a new chart record when they had 14 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, from Can't Buy Me Love at number 1 to Love Me Do at number 81, 1964. And it was on this day in 1976, Apple One personal computer was created. So for on this day, April 11th. And let's see. It's okay. I heard the cow. Tina heard the cow. Continuing on with our. Oh, you did hear the cow? Okay, so. Well, did the commercial kick in yet? I don't know if the commercial kicked in yet, Tina. I'm not sure. Did it kick? Well, I can't. I can't tell if the commercial goes. I'm on Rumble there, so. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, here's the today history. Let me. I don't want that. I don't want that. What's going on? Oh, disable the anti. I got the. Oh, the ad blocker here. Let's see. Let's bring that back up again. So what are we sitting on? We're at 41 minutes. Okay. I'm running a little long. The coffee's tasted really good this morning. So I'm not sure what's going on with Fox 40 not showing or not showing any of the maybe Roger Luther wasn't he's not feeling that well as far as that goes. No, I don't want Britannica. I want AP. Where the hell's the AP history? Oh, there it is. It's the second selection. You figure as much as I put in the search bar for, I always get the good history, and I always look at this one page. It's AP history. Um, Today is Tuesday, April 11th. It's the 101st day of 2023. There are 264 days left in this year. And on this day in 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into law a very historic piece of legislation and the law, the Civil Rights Act of 1968, which included a Fair Housing Act a week after the assassination of Martin Luther King. God bless his soul and Godspeed. And it was in 1865. President Abraham Lincoln spoke to a crowd outside the White House saying, "We meet this evening not in sorrow, but in gladness of heart." It was his last public address um, Lincoln would deliver, and he was assassinated as well. 1899, the treaty ending the Spanish American War was declared in effect. And that Spanish American War, that was, if you look at history, that the president of that time, I can't remember who it was, he wanted that war. He wanted because he wanted to get that territory. Let's see, 1945, during World War II, American soldiers liberated the Nazi concentration camp in Buchenwald in Germany. 1947, Jackie Robinson of the Brooklyn Dodgers played in an exhibit against the New York Yankees in Ebbets Field 4 days before his regular season debut that broke baseball color line. The Dodgers won that game 14-6. Now the Brooklyn Dodgers or the Brooklyn the Brooklyn Dodgers are now the LA Dodgers. Um, 1970, Apollo 13 with astronauts James A. Lovell, Fred W. Hayes, and Jack Swigert blasted off for the ill-fated mission to the moon. Apollo 13, of course, they never made it. They circled around the moon and came back with the lunar module being its lifeboat. The mission was aborted when an oxygen tank exploded April 13th. The crew splashed down safely 4 days afterwards. And Ron Howard's movie, Apollo 13, spot on, a great movie. I never get tired of watching that movie. It's a great movie and a great story of American ingenuity and perseverance. And let's see. And that's about it as far as the history goes. And let's see. And it's okay. Okay, you heard the cow. Oh, no ads? Really? You're well. You got. Don't you have Amazon Prime, Tina? If you have Amazon Prime, I think you. I don't know if you. I think if you have Amazon Prime, you don't. So no ads. Maybe they were all. Maybe they were all. I don't know. I don't know about the ads. I know I have them on the minimum. I know I've been told you should discontinue. No, I'm not going to discontinue because it's every 6 or 7 months. It's a $50 bill there I can pick off on the floor, in a manner of speaking. It's called monetization, folks. I got to monetize a little bit if I'm capable of. As far as there's nothing wrong with that. I watch commercials when I'm other people's. Oh, you got them? Okay, you did get them. Okay, so there's a reason behind the commercials. I have them on their lowest settings, so if you watch them, I really appreciate it. If you complain about it, I'm not listening. It's like because I don't complain when I watch the commercials. I watch the commercials because I know the purpose of the commercials. So, and if you don't want it watched, that's why I multicast. I have it on YouTube. There's no commercials over there. There are a few commercials at the beginning on the Rumble Studios and stuff, but you do have Amazon Prime, so you should. Yeah, that's something I'd look into, Tina. As far as you shouldn't, if you don't get ads, because that's what I've been told. I don't know. I don't have Amazon Prime. I would love to have it, but it's just not in the. The thing is, our recent my internet provider and my TV provider, Spectrum, they just upped the thing. They added. I don't have to pay for Paramount Plus now because that's part of the package along with Max. So that's saving me $7 a month, which is good because I can put this somewhere. I don't know if I'd buy Amazon Prime. We watch enough on Paramount. We just got done watching what's that series? 1923. Great series. They don't bother you. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and I appreciate Tina. Okay, just I know there's a lot. There's broadcasters that don't. They just say, "Oh, don't come." You can go whatever. But I appreciate you. Don't subscribe. Just watch the commercials if you're on Twitch. Okay. Um, I'm not that. I'm not that. I don't. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it just you don't have to subscribe. There's I do have a few people that do subscribe, and it is appreciated and stuff like that. I know it's just giving back a little bit of the love, but I just you guys being here, believe me, that means a lot, very much a lot as far as broadcasting. I don't take that for granted. Okay, let's see. We're done with the history. We're at 48 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take a break and refresh my coffee because we're at the end, and then when we come back, we'll talk some more about sports and get into some news in the local area here as far as that goes. So we'll be right back, and you guys just hang loose and let's see. We'll click that, and we'll be right back. And we're back. I forgot to take it off the loop. We are back here on the Friday morning coffee here for this April 11th, 2025 at Rumble video broadcast. And we're glad to be here. And we got our second cup of coffee here. And for the second half of the broadcast here. And Tim Fan 40, hey, good morning. Coming in on the YouTube. Good to see you here, my friend. Our resident contractor there from Michigan. Hope all is well. You made it to the weekend. Just got to get through it today, and you got the weekend there, buddy. Let's see. You got the bathroom fixed. I think you said you had another project there. You were telling us here this week sometime. And okay, yeah, you're listening, taking your BP. Okay, Tina. I appreciate the listen. Greatly appreciated. And Tina saying hi to Tim Fan 40 as far as that goes. And yeah, take your blood pressure. You got to make sure it's low because when you go over to see Hal, that screen there just elevates it. So you got to make sure it's low because if it's too high, you can't go over to see Hal. No, just kidding, Tina. Yeah, it's important to know what your blood pressure levels are at and stuff like that. So, but Tina saying hi to Tim, which we're glad to see here on the Friday morning coffee. And let's see. So we got through everything. That's pretty good. We're coming up on 55 minutes, coming up on our first hour. And we'll probably be here for another 30 minutes, depending on what the news. It seems like the broadcasts have been lasting for about at least an hour and a half, which is a good time frame. What's that? Who is that? Are you out in the kitchen?
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. I just saw. I'm looking through the pass through and I see Murdoch in the sink looking. I'm thinking it's one of the cats messing with something. It's the missus up. She's in the kitchen. So we're here on the second half, and we're going to probably be going for a walk. We didn't go for a walk yesterday. We went grocery shopping. So this is the last week. I got to make sure that the missus doesn't lift any. I think after this week, she's all good to go. Because the last several weeks, she couldn't lift more than 10 pounds. She was, just to be on the cautious side of something. And but she's doing great and stuff. So I've been enjoying going to the grocery store for the last I think it's how many weeks has that been? A month now or 3 weeks? Going to the grocery.
What?
How many times have I gone to the grocery store? The last 3 weeks or 4 weeks? 4 weeks, yeah. So because she can't lift any, during that time frame she was instructed, and I'm not going to go into detail. She couldn't lift more than 10 pounds. So so I had to be there, and I had fun. I have fun going to the grocery store because I get to have conversations with a lot of other people there, and from the deli guy that when we first come in there's a guy that does what the hell, what, I forget what company, but he there's orders that comes in on his phone, and he does the oh god, I forget what it was, but he puts the orders together, people calling in orders, and he's his own boss and stuff like that, but he works in the supermarket. I see him every week. He's always cool to talk to. But we didn't do our walk yesterday, so we plan on doing a walk today, barring any rain. It's cloudy out there right now, and it looks like it could be. Let me check the weather. What's the 10-day forecast here? Usually they have a good graph. It looks like the rain's not going to come in till like 9 a.m. or something. We got a little 40% chance of rain and stuff like that. So as far as that goes, let's see, what's the current local weather looks like. That's what it looks like right there. It's got some clouds way off to the east of us. Those are snow clouds that are exiting to the right, and we got a little green stuff up in the northern part of the southern tier. These are all the counties that make up the southern tier, for the main portion of the southern tier of upstate New York. And So let's go ahead and squash that. Okay. And let's see. Let's go to sports. What do we have on the sports side here? NBA action. We have. I thought I had that set it up for Tuesday. Okay. Or Wednesday. Wednesday. Let's see. Starting this past Wednesday night, the Celtics lost to the Magic. Damn. Uh, Captain Rehab's 76ers beat the Wizards 122 to 103. And no New York Knicks or Brooklyn Nets. The Knicks last night, they lost to the Pistons 115 to 106. And the Nets, they lost to the Hawks 133 to 109. So all three of my teams lost here. Going into tonight, we have the Cavaliers and the New York Knicks. That should be a good game. Cavaliers are tough. They're number one right now in the Eastern Conference. They play tonight at 7:30 at Madison Square Gardens. The Hornets come into Boston to play the Celtics at 7:30 tonight, and the Nets, they're out there in Minnesota playing the Timberwolves, and I don't see the Sixers play the Hawks at 7 for tonight. And going into the weekend, Knicks and Nets play tomorrow. That's a good game right there. And Hornets play the Celtics up in Boston tomorrow. Oh, that's Sunday. Let's see, Saturday, none of the teams play, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's today. And then Saturday. Oh, I guess there's no games tomorrow. There's no basketball games on Saturday. They're all Sunday games. New York Knicks and Nets, and then Celtics. And 76ers play the Bulls. Okay, Tina. Ciao for now. Say hi to Hal. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Yeah, he just came up on the board along with Jim Figurty. He's been on there already. So that's basketball. Major League Baseball, the boys of summer. It's been cold for the Mets down there in New York City this week playing baseball. I caught one game there, and they were wearing their winter coats. Let's see, starting from Wednesday night, we had the Yankees beat the Tigers 4-3. Okay, that's good. And then Wednesday night, do we have any more? Phillies beat the Braves. Captain Rehab, thank you for the Phillies. I don't like the Braves. Last night we had the Braves beat the Phillies last night, and we didn't have any New York Yankees or Mets action. Today, the Yankees will be hosting the Giants, and the Phillies and the Cardinals are playing out there in St. Louis, and the Mets will be playing the Athletics. And into the weekend, the Yankees continue playing the Giants on Saturday. Phillies continue playing the Cardinals. No Met action on Saturday. And then Sunday, Yankees and Giants. And where are the Mets? The Mets aren't playing this weekend? I guess not. And Sunday, for Captain Rehab, the Phillies are playing the Cardinals. So the Mets are off this weekend, I guess. Of course, at the beginning of the broadcast, we got the picks from Captain Rehab and Tony D. Thank you very much, Tony. We do have the games start tonight. Will be the Arlington Renegades against the Birmingham Stallions. Renegades are 2-0. The Stallions are 1-1, and they're looking at winning tonight to be on top. They beat Michigan last week, so they're top. They're 1-1, and Michigan's 1-1 in their conference. But Stallions are ahead of the Michigan Panthers because they beat them. So if they win tonight, this week and next week, I was talking about last night on Let's Talk Football, UFL football. The big thing, the third week, it's only a 10-week season, so the third and fourth week is imperative for some of these teams, especially Stallions. They won last week. If they win today, they're going to be establishing a dominance. The Renegades, if they don't, they won 2-0. They're still in the hunt for a playoff spot. Now this next game tomorrow night against the Houston Roughnecks and the Memphis Showboats, they're both 0-2. So one team's going to be 0-3 after tomorrow. So that's almost they almost have to win the rest of the games to try and make it to the playoffs, or the majority of the rest of the games. 0-3 start is not good. But if one of the teams gets 1-2, they have possibilities. Now, Sunday game, the San Antonio is 0-2. They have to win. And Panthers are 1-1. I think I picked Michigan over there. And San Antonio is not that good of a game. And Bum Phillips is the coach of that team, which is surprising. Now, the big game, and this is the game for the weekend, is the Sunday night game. It's on ABC, ESPN against the DC Defenders. They're 2-0 against the Battlehawks, St. Louis Battlehawks, and that's where the game is it's going to be rocking in St. Louis for this game. I plan on watching this game, and they're both 2-0, so somebody's going to be 3-0, and the Renegades have a possibility of being 3-0 if they beat the Stallions, and that's why I'm hoping there's an upset. So so UFL, I got to say, the ratings have not been high from what I've been seeing in the news. The ratings are not that high. I have yet to watch a real full – I watch portions of the game, and then I watch a lot of the replay. I have yet to watch a full game because there's so much other stuff going on in sports. And one of those things is moving on to soccer, and this is European football. I am following the Manchester City Football Club, and they have a game tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. I'll be up listening to this game. It's against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. Manchester, they dropped to 6, so they got to win. They got to win this game, and Crystal Palace is low in the standings. They're like where are they sitting? They're at number 11. But then Manchester City, they should have won their last game, but it went to a 0-0 tie. And it's all about the points. Liverpool's probably got it wrapped up with 73 points, and then Arsenal, they're the second team, they got 62. And then it gets a little tricky. Nottingham Forest has 57, and then Chelsea and Newcastle has 53. And Manchester City, which I guess I would equate them, they're like the Yankees of the division. And actually, Manchester City, they own the New York City Football Club that plays in the USL or USA's soccer league. But Manchester's at 52 points, and if they got to win to get the points to move up because they got to get up to number 4 to get into the championship. I guess that it's next year or something like that. They got long seasons, so that's the soccer, and that's sports. So I love listening to it. I watched the last game where it was a 0-0 tie for Manchester City, and it was like, oh, come on, guys. They play 2 45-minute halves, continuous clock going. They made a substitute in the second half, and I'm thinking, okay, that's what they did last time. They made a substitute, and they got 2 points. They got 2 goals right after that. They weren't that aggressive. They were just like there's no sense of urgency. Oh, that coffee's tasting good. Okay, let's see. What do we have in the news here on Fox? They had the Easter egg hunts. Of course, the Easter is what? This Sunday's Palm Sunday. It's the Sunday after the Sunday is Easter. One of the things I got to make note is that tomorrow's April 12th. I've been retired 2 years as of tomorrow. So tomorrow's my retirement date. It's been 2 years. Can you believe that?
We're still in the black.
Huh?
Wow, and we're still,
in the black. That was the one thing when I was getting ready to retire, and the missus can confirm this, that I was really worried about, wow, we're going to be able to make our day-to-day expenses and stuff. And we live, for the most part, since we've been married, we live thanks
so
to
far
her.
below our means.
What's that?
We live so far below our means. I'm so cheap.
I say we're living large, but then again, but it's all because of her that we're not rich, we're not poor, but we're able to take care of our responsibility as far as bills and stuff like that, and we live comfortably and stuff, and I'm blessed with that. So it's been 2 years since I've been retired. Of course, between she has her Social Security, I got my Social Security, and I don't spend it anymore. I just spend the money I make on I make here on Twitch and Rumble, which I have some orders. I got notification. I guess it's the 15th. It's next. I think next Friday. I just got notification, an email. I bought a gaming mouse. I got a new mouse. That was the most expensive. That got shipped today, and it's supposed to be here next week. So I got that. I've got a green screen for my gaming. I'll show it here. I won't put it on the green screen. But then what was the other? Oh, I got a replacement for this doodad. This thing broke. This thing broke as far as it. This would connect onto my Joby here, and it doesn't hold the phone anymore. I guess, would it still hold the phone? I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Deplorable, good morning. How you doing? No, it won't hold. Yeah, see, it broke. It broke off. How you doing? Good morning, Deplorable. Coming in from Western Pennsylvania, just south of Olean. I like saying that.
Oh,
That's, what's that?
nothing.
Oh. So this thing broke. So I bought a new one so I can use my Joby, because right now I've got my phone here, right here. I got it sitting here, and it's okay, but I'd rather have it on the thing. But I got to get a phone holder for my Joby, my updated Joby. How you doing, Deplorable? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. And glad to have you here. And Gorilla Glue. I've done the Gorilla Glue before, Deplorable, and no. This thing, the Joby's great. This thing is a piece of crap. So I got a better one. It's a more solid. I should have been looking at this. And this, I guess when you put it on the Joby, I guess you can have it like this, but I didn't like. It's mostly on the side. So I think this little addition overall, this thing along with the connector, this is like $10, and the connector there, I guess it's $5. So it's just a replacement, and it's always good to have that. Yeah, it's so cheap. Yeah, it's off of Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's got some cheap stuff. Actually, I ordered off of. I usually look on Amazon, but then I compare it to eBay, and eBay has free shipping. I always get caught with one. If I got 3 items, I always get caught where I got to pay a couple bucks for shipping. eBay's always, and your wife hates it. Yeah, that Gorilla Glue. I start using that Gorilla Glue, and I get all messy. And it's just like I don't touch it anymore. I stay away from it. It just can get messy. But thank you for coming in on Rumble side there. I greatly appreciate it there. And are you getting any? What's your weather like out there? Let me check. Let me check the weather map here. What's going on in Western New York, Pennsylvania area there? Let's see. We got. It's clear of you, but it looks like just north, up in the Buffalo area and down in the, where's that at? That's the, what part of Pennsylvania is that? Yeah, just cleared. Oh, maybe you got a little, okay, I'm looking at, what's that? Smethport. I guess there's a little rain in the county of Smethport, and over there near Sweden, Pennsylvania. Down in Pennsylvania, and there's some rain clouds up there, just a little bit in Buffalo, but a lot to the west there, up in the Finger Lakes area as far as that goes. Cold and cloudy, you say. Yeah, it's cold and cloudy here. Yeah, 39 degrees. It's holding at 39 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer than it has been for the last several days and stuff like that. So we should be able to get a walk into
yeah,
it.
it's not supposed to
Yeah,
be
we should.
later.
Oh, huh?
It's not supposed to rain really.
I saw maybe about 9-10 o'clock, so we should get our walk in before then.
Yeah, well.
Okay, let's see. What do we got on Fox 40 here? Okay. So that's your county. So, okay, you're in that county right there. Okay, that's your county seat. Okay, Owego is ours. So, well, you know that. You said you lived here in Tioga County.
Come on, lay down so I can.
Let's see. So that's okay. So that's wait. Okay, let me bring up the map here. Okay. Okay, I can see. Yeah. Okay. So that's your, and then you have Bradford. That's right, just across the border, and I can see where you're south of Olean. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you got some rain coming through, and you got Allegheny to the west, and you got Lafayette to the east, or to the west is Lafayette, and to the east is Port Allegheny,
No.
and
we're
then
not.
Liberty.
I'll take over.
What's the other town there I showed? Kane. Kane. Okay, so you're like from Tioga County, you're like one, two and a half, 2 counties over, 3 counties over on the map. Okay, that's pretty cool. You're fairly close. Home of the Zappo light. Oh, this okay. That's right. The home of the Zippo lighter. That's right. Yeah, the great American lighter that was that traveled with the troops in World War II. Yeah, the Zippo. Oh, you're in Bradford County. Okay.
Bradford, New York, or Bradford County?
No, he's in Pennsylvania.
There's Bradford, Pennsylvania, too. Not Bradford County, but a town called Bradford.
Oh, okay. And the oh, you got me the Holly carburetor. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, you're in Bradford City. Bradford City.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Down below.
Yeah. So the wife, the missus is aware of that. Yeah, Bradford City. Okay.
Sergeant Viola.
Huh?
Sergeant Viola was from there. He was at the clinic over in Italy.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was from. Okay.
Captain Russo was from Jamestown.
Yeah, Bradford City. Okay. Home of the. What's the What's that calibrator? Carburetor. What is that? I'm googling that last thing you said. Oh, it's a carburetor. Oh, the Holly, the undisputed leader in fuel systems for over 100 years. This is the Holly carburetor, largely invented of high quality calibrations. Okay, that's for racing. Okay, gotcha. Wow, you got a lot of stuff there in your neck of the woods there. I'm fascinated with the Zippo though, because I know that was the lighter that marched around with our troops in World War II. Okay, let's see. What we got on Fox. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Anything of interest as far as that goes. Oh, here we go. The Binghamton University debating team wins national debating tournament for first time. Yeah, we heard that. We're going to bring that up. Binghamton University is a university that's in Vestal, New York, even though it has the name Binghamton. Vestal sits right there next to Binghamton. So this is a very I give high regards to Binghamton University. It's like a diamond in the rough of universities, and if I was to go back to school, I'd probably end up going to Binghamton University. It's a good college. It's a damn good college and stuff like that. Of course, the one out there where Deplorable is, I know firsthand. That's a good college. Um, um, what's that? St. Bonaventure's.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of the name. That's a good college out there, St. Bonaventure's. But that's a private college where Binghamton University is part of the New York SUNY system. And let's get rid of this. Get rid of this and bring up, and we'll see what. See what they. No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Let's see. Let's bring that back. Turned off my camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm pushing too many buttons here. I just gotta make sure I don't turn off the. Okay, gotta hit present. I hit camera. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's hear about the Binghamton University win their first national debating championship.
University debate team comes home with some hardware after winning first place at the national debate competition. BU's debate team defeated Kansas on a 3-2 decision to win the national debate tournament, which is one of the prestigious tournaments in the nation. The team has 30 members, but 4 members were hand-selected to qualify for this tournament. Although the debate team has won several tournaments in the years past, this is the first time they've won a national tournament.
I think at this tournament we got, our revenge on a couple of teams, and it was a very satisfying conclusion to the saga of the year. I'm very happy about it, especially from Binghamton. Binghamton's never won the NDT before, and we broke kind of the mold of the kind of team that wins the tournament. So
I think it's just about, because the strategy we went for, and really all it was about this year was legacy, and making sure that the door behind me doesn't close for the next person.
Oh, I guess that's it. That's it about the debating team. Okay, so congratulations to the University of Binghamton University, and as far as winning a national championship, not just a championship, a national championship. Okay, let's see what else is on Fox 40. And let's see. And an Easter egg hunt. We got that. And that's about it for their WEBO. That's the radio station here in Owego, New York. And it's not really 2 juveniles charged with arson, burglary, and Barton.
Woohoo.
Wasn't that? Did we hear that fire get toned down?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, and there's nothing really going on WEBO's page. WNBF radio station, that's out of Binghamton. And just so you know, full disclosure, I have no association with all these news agencies and TV and whatnot. Here's a good article. Monarch butterfly migrates, brings millions to New York this spring. What's that about? Let's see what this is about. It's an article that's on WNBF, which is like I said, a radio station. They got good articles on their webpage, and we'll see what this one's about as far as that goes. Monarch butterfly is my favorite butterfly. And let's see, spring in New York is a magical time marked by cheerful chirping of birds, which I hear them out in the backyard here, vibrant blossoms on the trees, which there are, and flowers, which are popping up through the ground there, and long days as the weather warms up. The signs of springs go beyond just nature awakening. It also marks the arrival of a special visitor that symbolizes the season's renewal. Get ready to witness a stunning sight of millions of monarch butterflies making their ways to New York, which is great because every year, right at the end of August, going September into October, on a daily basis, I see how many monarchs go by me here, flying west. And that number has really been dwindling the last year or two. So monarch butterfly is my favorite insect. Right after that, it's the bee, the bumblebee. I like the bumblebee. If you ever wonder when monarch butterflies grace the skies of New York, keep looking out. It's about mid-May and onward. However, the unfortunate reality is the population of monarch butterflies has significantly decreased over the past 2 decades, which it's been up and down and stuff like that, due to factors like the climate, food scarcity, pesticides. Pesticides are the big one right there. So you're likely to see fewer than you remembered. And, well, if they're talking, how do they get ready to witness a stunning of millions of monarch? That means that I just hope there's more of them. we're getting ready. We're trying to plant some milkweed to be able to. Oh, let me see something here. I got some action going on here. What's going on here? Let me see. I denied that. That's good. Oh, that's interesting. That works. It works. Oh, wow. I like that. Self-moderation, self-modding. But getting back to the article, the prime time to catch a glimpse of these beautiful creatures in New York span from mid-May to mid-October. Their size is 3.5 inches in wingspan and breathtaking appearance resembling stained glass, making them memorizing sight against the backdrop of an open meadow field or whatever. So some spots here in New York, if you want a good chance to see monarch butterflies when you arrive in New York State. The Department of Environmental Conservation for New York State says the best places are in the Albany Pine Bush Preserve in Albany County, the Central Park in Manhattan, Fire Island down in National Seashore, Suffolk County, Five Rivers Environment in Albany County, Iroquois National Wildlife Refuge in Towanda. Towanda, that's down in Pennsylvania. Oak Orchard Wildlife Management Area in Orleans and Genesee County, and Rogers Environment Education Center in Shenango County. And we have here in my neck of the woods, we have a preserve. It's called the Waterman's Conservation Center in Appalachia, New York. I imagine you can find them there. I'll be looking for them to come out here because I always see them out here. One or two, I guess, during the beginning of spring. But when they're migrating, they migrate right over my house. I'm right in the middle of the migration. They migrate southwest over the cornfield back here. There's sometimes I would see upwards to 5 or 6 and sometimes 10 a day. But last year, when they were migrating, I only saw like an average of maybe 1 or 2 a day, which isn't that much compared to years past. So there's a good monarch butterfly story. I love the monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly is cool. Let's see. Okay, that's on WNBF. Always like getting a good read story there on WNBF. That's a good channel. And let's see. That's it for there. Let's check WBNG. WBNG. What do we have over there? Anything of interest? Oh, crews respond to a fire on Shenango Street. That must be in Binghamton. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about here. Crews respond to a fire on Shenango Street. And is that Binghamton? Yeah, Binghamton, New York. So let's see what this one's about.
Responded to a fire in an apartment above Little Venice in Binghamton. According to dispatch, the call came in around 7:50 for that fire. Dispatch says the City of Binghamton Fire Department, Binghamton Police, and Superior Ambulance all responded. A 12 News crew on scene saw officials putting police tape to block off the sidewalk around the building. Shenango Street was closed when the crews were battling the blaze. This is a developing story. Stay with 12 News for the latest information.
So that was Little Venice restaurant there in Binghamton, New York. That's right next to the bus station in Binghamton. That's downtown Binghamton. Little Venice, a great restaurant. So they had an apartment fire. So that's, let's see, that's not, what do they have there? Let's see. It doesn't say anything about any injuries or loss of life. So I guess it's under investigation still. So little fire there in downtown Binghamton. And let's see, what else do we have? Veteran Tiny Homes Resources Center nearly completion. Oh, this talks about the veterans. Let's see what this
When veterans return from war, many are...
Yeah, they return to war, and hopefully we take care of them.
Return from war, many...
Okay, we'll see what this one's about here. Let's see. Veterans Tiny Homes and Resource Center nearly completion. I think they're doing this in Binghamton. Let's see what this one's about here.
Are still plagued by mental health struggles and instability in their lives. Broome County is aiming to help with that. They've nearly completed work on tiny homes and a resource center and hope that veterans can benefit from them in the coming months. TONUS's Daniel Curran learned how this project could change veterans' lives.
Construction has continued on the incoming tiny homes and resource center for Southern Tier veterans. The main building at 530 State Street, which will house all local veteran services, is nearing completion and close to being ready. Work has also started on the 10 tiny home units.
The foundations have been poured. They're putting all the underground utilities in there, and then they'll start to bring the homes in fairly soon, I would say within the next couple weeks, and start hooking them up to the foundation and hooking them up to the utilities.
With brand new living spaces and a one-stop shop for local services, Broome County is looking to make this place a safe haven for local veterans.
There's going to be trees put in here. There's going to be a parking lot that's going to be put in here. There's going to be a lot of shrubs and things like that, like greenery, green spaces that are going to be put in here that are not in here right now.
The Veterans Resource Center will host the Broome County Veterans Agency, Clear Path for Veterans, Soldier On, and more organizations. Broome County Veterans Agency Director Brian Wojtasek believes this will enhance the quality of services offered for those who served.
When you co-locate a lot of different organizations that serve veterans, it's going to enhance services, it's going to improve the efficiency of those services that we provide, and it's going to improve dialogue.
For veterans in times of uncertainty, Wojtasek hopes to see this project provide stability for those who need it.
I think it's going to restore a lot of dignity to a lot of veterans who are facing homelessness and have housing issues. These services are going to be very convenient for them, whether they have a financial need or perhaps they have a mental health need.
The tiny homes are set to open in July of this year. Daniel Curran, 12.
So there we have it. We have the community taking care of its veterans with a new veterans facility. And it's sad to say there are many veterans that come back home, and even in non-war years, they're homeless, and that's a sad thing. I'm a veteran. I'm proud to have served and be a veteran, and it's good to hear that we have communities taking care of the veterans. It's always a great story to hear about, and a great, interesting, and it helps the veterans as far as that goes. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Nothing else on WBNG. Again, I don't have any affiliation, full disclosure, with WBNG. Let's see, on the Whale, anything on there? Rockwise, nothing. Let's see, Channel 34. What do we have on Channel 34? Oh, on that helicopter crash, I guess. Yeah, it's 6 people, included three children, died after the helicopter crash in the Hudson River near New Jersey yesterday. A Bell 206 helicopter belonging to the tour company crashed in the waters near right there in Jersey City on the Hudson River and Hoboken at 3:15 yesterday. The helicopter crashed around 15 minutes after it took off from downtown Skyport in Lower Manhattan. So it flew across. It was coming in from a landing then. All 6 people on board, including the pilot and family from Spain, died in the crash. The identities of the victims were not released. Our hearts go out to the family and those that were on board, said New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Fire department said that it had units on scene performing rescue operations. Several emergency crews were seen responding to the area. And New York Governor Kathy Hochul said she offered assistance to the New York PD and the New York Fire Department in the recovering effort. I join New Yorkers in praying for those we've lost and their families. New Jersey Governor Philip Murphy said the New Jersey State Police and Port Authority of New York and New Jersey and other local first responders are assisting the emergency scene. And the Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board will be investigating the crash. So sad situation there. And let's see. Oh, I guess we raised the tariff wars go on. China will raise tariffs on U.S. goods from 84% to 125. And the lady, I think yesterday they went up to 145, and all the 70 other countries, there's a pause for negotiations. So I'm monitoring that, but I'm not going to say any more about it and stuff. I do believe that the president is incorrect in doing what he's doing, but that's my opinion. You may think otherwise, but that's your opinion, and I have my opinion as well. So that's interesting stuff. We'll see what the market does today. Let's see. Continuing on channel 34. Nothing going on there. Let's see. WENY out of Elmira. Let's see. Do we have anything there? Local students view opportunities. And I'm not seeing anything on WENY, which let me just double check. Nothing there. What do they got on the features? I never checked the features. Mr. Food. Oh, I remember Mr. Food. And what do they got for... okay. And let's see. Channel 18. We talk about the crash as well. And nothing really going on there. So, Penny Saver. No, nothing there. WKGB. That's the local rock station, 92.5 KGB out of Binghamton. Good rock and roll. No news there. And all the rest of the pages, there's nothing going on. So I think we're about at the end of the broadcast here. So let me go ahead and squash all these. But I do want to try something before we go, because I was just thinking, let me send let's see. Oh, that's why I got it on that. Okay, let me see. I changed that. Okay, let's see if we can go require approval. So let's go ahead and go with that. Let's see if I can bring this back up. I think I just figured out I couldn't bring up the Rumble Studios on my phone because of let's see if that works. I'm giving it permission. Let's see. You don't need approval anymore. So let's see. Let me go ahead and send this. Make sure that's cleared. Let's try it one more time. And just noticing, thank you, Questing Dad, for liking the posts over there on X. Check out Questing Dad on Lord of the Rings Online there. The Questing Dad on Twitch. I like giving him a plug. He's a good dude. Good guy. Let's see. What am I trying to do here? Let's see. Access denied. You need to be authorized. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I got the invitation. Participants. Let me send this via Gmail to myself. Let's see. Let's compose. We'll send that. And we'll send that to my Hotmail. I still use Hotmail. Let's see. Okay, we got that there. And then we'll just put subject link, Rumble link. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sending a link to myself to my phone because for some reason it locked me out. I'll send that, and we'll bring that up on the Hotmail. Do you still use Hotmail? I use Hotmail. I like it. I like that and Gmail. I've had Hotmail longer than I've had Gmail. Let's see. I concur. Okay, got that. I'm catching up. Thank you, Deplorable. And Mr. Food's great. Remember the old original Mr. Food? Oh, he was great. He was great. Okay, how come I'm hearing myself? Let's see. I'm hearing myself a lot clearer. Testing went to, okay, it just came in. My audio just went really good. Okay, let's see. Okay, there's the link. Okay, let's see if we can get on here with the link. Let's see. I hit the link, and let's see. It's going to be. No, we don't want capitals. We want.
Yeah, I'll get my shoulder.
Let's make an avatar. Okay, we'll go with that one. Okay, check that. Go next. And we hit join. Access denied. Why is access denied? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see. We hit join. Access denied. Let's see. We're in the waiting room. That's interesting. So we go there. No, that's not how we want to go. I'm gonna have to play. They obviously they updated. They obviously updated the. So I'm just testing to try and bring myself back in. Oh yeah, so good for Mr. Food. That's true. Let's scratch that. We'll just go with Fireman Rich. RIC. Hit next. And we're going to join. It's saying we can't join. What the hell? I don't know. There's something going on with Rumble Studios. I'm thinking I have to update the app somehow. So we'll just we'll have to work on that today, and leave it at that. And so we're at the end of a broadcast here, folks. I want to say thank you to we're going to exit stage left here. I want to say thank you to Tony D for being in the broadcast, coming in from from Warner Robins, Georgia. There's Jack the cat. How we doing, Jack? Good boy. Yeah. There's Jack, our cat. He's the oldest of the 5 cats that we have. Thank you, Tony D, for being here. My brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster there. Thank you, Tina, our Jersey girl, was here as well. Thank you, Captain Rehab, as always, coming in from the city of brotherly love, for being here. And thank you, Lore, from coming in from Norway. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. Have a great day over there in Norway. And we're moving down the list. And Tim Fan40, thank you for being here. Tim Fan40 was here, coming in from Michigan. And thank you, the Deplorables on the Rumble side. Thank you, my friend, out there in, where is it that? Out there in Bradford City, Pennsylvania, just south of Olean, Bradford City. Bradford City. I'm going to put that in my notes here. So I'm out here in Tioga County. Oh, what happened here? Oh, it's that button. Oh, that button's a little loose. That's what it is. It's the microphone button on the soundboard. But thank you very much as far as that goes. Greatly appreciate it. The Deplorables. Glad to have you here, my friend, and thank you for the conversation. And yes, it is so good. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you all well, and enjoy your Friday as we start the weekend. And for those folks that are working, you'll be getting off soon, and then you can enjoy the weekend as well. You can follow me over on X at Fireman Rich. That's where I do the majority of my postings. I do post on other platforms. Look at the links here on Rumble or over on Twitch or on YouTube, or else just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where else I'm at. And but I'm primarily on X. That's I'm starting to post a little bit more on the other platforms, but for the most part, it's X. That's my home as far as on all these fine social media platforms. And but I want to say thank you as we leave here. We have 4 people on Rumble. We have 2 people on Locals. Wow, that's a new record. Thank you, Locals. We have 1 person on YouTube. We have 1 person still on Twitch. Over there on X Live, we have, let me refresh it. We have 4 people. 4 people are still holding tight over there on X Live. X Live is a good platform. I do appreciate it. And let's see, on the Facebook, I usually see the numbers after the broadcast. And we did have Tony D make a comment there, but there's no real numbers on the let me refresh that. Let's see. What's it say? Refresh. You got to refresh the Facebook there to catch up with the current thing. So nope, nothing going on there. So again, I want to say thank you, and you all have a great one. We'll be broadcasting sometime later today or this weekend. Probably gaming. It's going to be a gaming, folks. And I'm really getting into the Lord of the Rings online. No, Bug, get back, get down, go on. Come on, you leave Jack alone. Can I herd the cat? I'm a cat herder today. All right, folks, you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace as we exit stage left. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now.